I think an intensification of the rivalry in all of its various dimensions is all but certain in the near term. I don't see anything that's going to deflect that or change it. The question is whether that will continue to accelerate and whether the relationship will deteriorate even further as we go into this new decade. I don't think that's assured because there are many things that can happen. But the trajectory that we're on now is towards an intensifying rivalry. Not, I think, towards active armed conflict, but intensifying rivalry in all domains. I think we'll certainly see an intensifying ideological as well as geopolitical and economic rivalry. And in that sense, we may be headed towards something that resembles the Cold War more than it does the last several decades of relations between the United States and China. I would say the one feature of the current relationship which is very different from this previous period of competition is the integration of the two systems, the two economic systems. And as long as that persists, we can't say that we're in a Cold War of the sort that we had with the Soviet Union in the period from the 40s down to the late 1980s. But it is possible that that economic relationship could fray considerably, and we could get a separation of the global economy into blocks, maybe not blocks that are absolutely impenetrable to one another, but in which much economic activity is within them and less between them. I think we may be headed in that direction, not to a total breakdown, but to an increasing regionalization of the world economy. Well, I think, and this may reflect my professional deformation of being a political scientist, I think that in the end politics dominates. And even though it would be more rational from an economic perspective to have greater integration, that it would make more sense in terms of our ability to deal with global problems like pandemics or environmental degradation and climate change, our ability, in fact, to cooperate will be limited by our political and ideological differences. It doesn't mean that we won't be able to do so, but I think there will be limits. And we see it in the way in which the current crisis is being handled, particularly, as you've pointed out, in the Chinese response, which has been very reluctant to admit error and to accept help from international organizations or from the United States for fear of appearing weak. And that has contributed, I think, to the spread of this disease. It's unfortunate. It doesn't make sense in a way, but it's understandable given the political imperatives.